Yo, what's up everyone? OJ here and welcome to another video. Today we've got some great information for you guys, so let's go ahead and get right into it. And we're starting off with a brand new announcement from Nintendo that a Nindies showcase summer 2018 is set for August 28th. Yeah, we just had like a Nindies direct online presentation. Well, there is another one set for August 28th, but this one's going to be a little bit different because Nintendo will be highlighting multiple unannounced indie games coming to Nintendo Switch. So Nintendo will host a Nindies Showcase Summer 2018 broadcast on August 28th at 9 a.m. PT / 12 p.m. ET or 5 p.m. UK time, where it will highlight multiple unannounced indie games coming to Nintendo Switch, the company announced today. Now, you will be able to watch it on Twitch or at Nintendo.com, and of course, I will be live streaming it right here, just like I did the other showcase that was just dropped out of nowhere. But I think this is going to be the big one that we've been waiting for, because we're finally going to get some updates on Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. I would think that's what we're going to be getting, right, guys? I guess I shouldn't say we are going to be getting it because I'm just guessing, but I'm guessing they wanted to highlight it in a bigger presentation with Travis Strikes Again, and that game is still set for 2018. Some people have been saying it'll be delayed to 2019, even though there's no information or any proof of that happening, just because they don't hear about the game every single day or something like that. They think it's going to be delayed, but I do feel that we're going to get some information on the game and maybe even a solid release date for it at this next Nindies showcase. I also feel Dragon Marked for Death, that's another game that we could be hearing about, because that does not have a solid release date either. I think they're going to show off more information on that game. That game is already at Gamescom. They've been playing that game. They have a lot of footage out there. It's looking really polished and ready to go. I'm guessing that it's really waiting on Nintendo's online service and kind of other things like that, and just putting the final touches on the online multiplayer and the netcode and all of that. Now, what else could they be talking about? There's multiple unannounced indie games. Then we did get that whole revelation of Windjammers 2. That game is going to be coming to Nintendo Switch first, and I think also PC, but it's going to be a console exclusive or timed exclusive for however much amount of time. So that's pretty cool. I think we're going to hear about a lot of other independent games that are going to be coming to Nintendo Switch. Now, here's another kicker that a lot of people haven't been talking about because this studio has been out of the spotlight, but we could be hearing about Shinin's next project, and apparently this is going to be their biggest and baddest project yet, because they haven't said anything since Fast Racing Neo has been done. So it's been over a year since we've even heard a peep out of Shinin, and I think that this is going to be where they're going to be showing it off. I know that they've used these Nindies showcase presentations before in the past to highlight what Shinin has done. Remember, guys, Shinin, they make Fast Racing Neo. They've made some awesome stuff on the Wii U and the 3DS, even dating back to the Wii. They're really technically competent. They make games that look really good despite their small team size. So I'm thinking that this is going to be the first footage that we actually see of their brand new game. So I'm kind of excited about that. Hopefully we get that in one of the multiple unannounced games. So I'm just really excited overall about all the different variety of games that are coming to Nintendo Switch. These independent developers are busting their butt to bring great content, and a lot of stuff has turned out great. Some of the independent games that are coming to the Switch are actually some of my most anticipated games out of all systems, especially with stuff like Dragon Marked for Death and Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. I'm really excited about those type of games, although Travis Strikes Again, not necessarily too much of an indie game per se, but whatever. We're gonna go ahead and classify it as that. But overall, man, this is looking great. Another presentation. We're getting constant announcements of new directs and new footage each time, so that's awesome. That's exactly what I want to see when it comes to the Switch. So what do you guys think about this Nindies summer showcase, and what are you expecting to see at the show or hoping to see? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into the next topic here, we have the first details on the story mode for Team Sonic Racing, and could this be a real contender to Mario Kart? Because it looks like it's going to have a lot more content in there that Mario Kart doesn't have. So we're going to be talking basically about the team mode today, because that's going to be the main mode in the game outside of the online multiplayer that you play with your friends. So experience the adventure as a team. In the team adventure mode, you'll play through an original story centered around characters from the Sonic universe. To progress through team adventure mode, the player will have to clear various stages such as the last man standing survival race and the ring challenge. in which players will race to collect rings. Progressing through the story will also unlock new playable characters and customizable parts for the player's vehicle. So the producer's comment, he also talked about this as well and what kind of mode that this is. So the team adventure mode is a simple story mode in which you progress the story through racing. The world map is separated into chapters, and by clearing challenge missions such as survival race, ring challenge, and Grand Prix, and regular team races one by one, you can progress through the story. You can change the difficulty level too, so it's perfectly suited for beginners to practice as well. So what I like about this, guys, is that I've always wanted Mario Kart to have some type of story mode. I know they've done mission mode in the past, which is great. I've always been a big fan whenever they include that in Mario Kart games, and in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe it was missing. In Mario Kart 8, the original one, it was missing. So there was just kind of racing in the online play. Online play was great though, it was fun to go through, and especially with friends, tournament mode, that was all good. But I love the fact that this game is putting in a real adventure mode with different types of challenges and different things that you can do in there to unlock parts, customization, progress through the story, chapters, world maps. That's really cool for this type of racing game, especially like a kart racer, which doesn't take itself too seriously. And I would hope that this can be a real contender against Mario Kart. I know it's Sonic, so obviously it's not going to do anywhere near as well sales wise, but I think overall with the gameplay, it's looking really smooth. We got some brand new gameplay from Gamescom 2018, and I'm thinking that it's looking as good as Mario Kart at this point. Now, the last Sonic racing games were actually pretty good. There were some technical hiccups here and there that I thought made them not necessarily reach the level of Mario Kart, but I think this one has a chance to definitely do so, especially with its adventure mode that they do have here and all of the different gameplay options that we're starting to see. And the gameplay is just coming out and it's just looking really good. So I'm excited for this one. It has a chance to compete with Mario Kart on a quality level, and we'll have to wait and see once it does drop this fall. So what do you guys think about Team Sonic Racing and the brand new adventure mode? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving to the next topic here, Nintendo has actually won quite a number of awards at the CED EC 2018 event. Now, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild winning the Excellence Award in the Engineering Division, and Splatoon 2 winning the Excellence Award in the Game Design Division. So that's awesome to see Nintendo excelling at these different award shows. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has been the most decorated Nintendo game in quite some time. I don't think I've seen a game win this many awards probably since, like, what, Mario Galaxy or something like that, or Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. It's been like a while. You don't see Nintendo games win this many awards. Yes, they win awards, you'll get stuff here and there, but overall you don't see this many awards even this far after The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild has came out. It's still winning awards. It came out in March of 2017, and more than a year later, heck, nearly a year and a half later, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Nintendo are still winning awards for what they did. Splatoon 2 getting them as well. So I just wanted to kind of highlight that to show the long-term nature of the game. We recently got some information from the NPD, which is the US sales. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild was still in the top 5 when it comes to sales on the Nintendo Switch, and Switch also sold a great amount, the highest amount since 2011 for a home console there. So awesome to see overall. Nintendo kept the momentum going. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is going to continue to do well, and it's going to be cool to see if they actually win any more awards even after this, more than a year and a half later. So what do you guys think about The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild and Splatoon 2 winning some awards here this late after they've launched? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, and moving into some information that I'm kind of catching up on here. So it seems like Bethesda and Arcane Studios are kind of putting the Dishonored franchise on a little bit of a hiatus, and it looks like the developers are kind of moving over to doing something like multiplayer wise and everything based on the sales of the Dishonored games, the last Dishonored game. So Dishonored fans will be saddened to hear that the franchise is being put to rest for a while. Sales were not as good as expected for Dishonored 2 and the death of the Outsiders. So developer Arcane Studios and publisher Bethesda want to give a break to focus on other projects. Shout outs to TechSpot for rounding up that information there. I do want to get into what one of the developers did have to say on the matter, just a couple quotes here, and he says, "I can't say definitively what might happen down the road. Anything could happen, but Dishonored is resting now," said Bear, who is one of the developers of the franchise over there. And this is kind of unfortunate because I did play the first Dishonored and I thought it was okay. I do want to go over some of the sales data and everything. So Arcane and Bethesda might be shelving the series due to lackluster performance. The game sold quite well according to Eurogamer. Dishonored sold 460,000 units in its first week and chugged on to sell millions on the PC and consoles. Now, however, this is where the problem is, and that's Dishonored 2, and Dishonored 2 sales were down 40% lower at launch. So overall, the sequel only managed to move 2.5 million copies on consoles and PC combined when compared to the more than 3 million copies of Dishonored sold on PC alone. One can gather that Bethesda might be wanting to pull the plug. However, Bear did seem to indicate that there's a possibility of pulling the title out of the closet sometime in the future. So yeah, they said that they want to focus on a seamless multiplayer and environmental storytelling for future unnamed projects that are not The Crossing. So they're already working on The Crossing, and then they want to work on other stuff outside of that. And there's more quotes and more information and more stuff that you can go read on that. But I want to talk about this because I think I'm kind of part of that problem, right? Because I bought Dishonored 1 originally pretty much full price. I think I got like a Steam discount at the beginning. It was like $47, but yeah, that's pretty high for a PC game, right? I bought that day one on the PC, so I kind of contributed towards that millions that they did make. And then Dishonored 2 came out and I was like, I'm good, I'm playing other stuff. So maybe I'm part of the reason why this game didn't do as well, because I bought the first one like lots of other people. I think they're excited because it was a new franchise, and then when they saw the next game, it was like, okay, well, this is just kind of more of the same, but just with a little bit of a different twist. So I'm hoping that the Dishonored franchise could come back. We got some rumors that potentially Arcane Studios could be working on Dishonored for the Nintendo Switch, or maybe even Prey or something like that. So I don't know if that's going to happen at this point since they're putting it on rest, but maybe they want to get some extra sales. Maybe they're trying to salvage that. So maybe it does come. I'm not really sure at this point, guys, but it's just unfortunate that they weren't able to hit the sales goals that they were looking for. I mean, it did overall sell 2.5 million, but I would guess that a lot of those sales with Dishonored 2 were like post launch, like well after that, and very cheap, because I was seeing Dishonored 2 for like $30 like a month or so after it dropped, and then I was seeing it for like $20, even as low as $14 Dishonored 2 at some places, and that was very close to after it launched. Like that was like in the same like calendar year or the same time frame within a year whenever it did launch. It was cheap very soon after that. So that's unfortunate, but Arcane Studios is very talented. Bethesda is very talented. They'll find some way to make something different that sells better and kind of introduce some type of new IP or something and get people back into it. And maybe they can revisit the Dishonored franchise later when they think of some new ideas or something like that. So what do you guys think about Dishonored and all the different topics that we discussed here? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. All right, Ninja, that wraps it up for this video here. Go ahead and check out the links in the description below. We got Facebook and Twitter. Go ahead and give us a like and a follow on our social media. Really helps us spread the content of PlayerEssence across the internet. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you did like this video. Let me know you guys want more content like this going forward in the future, and subscribe to PlayerEssence for the latest RPG, Japanese, and Nintendo gaming news. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you, Ninja, for the next video. Peace!